So I got in the truck a couple days ago. Yeah, I need fuel. Shut up. Look at that. The old check engine light pops on. I let it go for a couple days. I watch how significantly my fuel has been consumed, so I'm figuring it's an O2 sensor, but let me show you how to read the onboard diagnostic for a 95 Toyota pickup 22RE without the proper tool. So you pop the hood on your mighty Toyota pick-em-up truck and you go out and you buy a Toyota Special Service Tool number 09843-18020, or you get a paper clip. That's what I do. Come over here to your diagnostic port. Let me go put you on macro. And you want to use the E1 TE1 port, which you can see right here. There's a decal on the inside of your port cover, or diagnostic port cover, or there should be. And there's E1 right there and TE1 right there. Or in my case, you just look for the two ports that are missing the waterproofing grease. So with the ignition off and the engine at operating temperature, you take your special service tool, or in this case a straightened paper clip, you shove it in the, oh wait, I gotta put it on that side. Pay attention. There's going to be a test at the end of class here. So you take your SST or your straightened paper clip and you stick it in the E1 TE1 port. Ignition is off right now, engine is at operating temperature. Okay, so you hop yourself back in the cab of your pick-em-up truck, put the key back in the ignition if you had taken it out. We're going to turn the key to the on position, not to start. We don't want to start the engine. We just want the ignition on, and the key to the on switch. We're going to count how many times this light flashes, and I'll show you how to decipher that. So let's turn the key on. One, two, pause, one, two, oh, just one. Okay, so that's a code 21. I'll show you again. There's 2 and 1. Okay, code 21. Code empty gas. 1, 2, 1. Pretty self-explanatory. Toyota. So using my handy dandy Chilton's Toyota book, part number 8163, we're going to reference page 4-48 to read the codes. I bought this book on Amazon. I don't know, I paid like $5 or something for it. No longer the property of the Queens Library. From Queens Library, the Belrose Ranch branch. Belrose Ranch, what am I saying? Belrose Branch in Belrose, New York. So my New York boys that watch this, there you go. I supported your Queens Library several years back when they pulled this out of service. So any hoodles, let's look on down. Dig, 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 dig. Let's go to 21. 21 was my code. Main oxygen sensor. So check this out. 1978 Cadillac Brougham is where those horns came out of. They make your feet vibrate. They're freaking huge. I had to mount them here behind the rad support. Attach them to the frame so they wouldn't shake loose. Because you feel it in your feet. They're awesome. It came out of a buddy's Cadillac that was going to get scrapped. And I couldn't just let those horns go off to China. So they had to go find their way into my Japanese truck. But we're going to fast forward a couple days. I originally tried to get the oxygen sensor from my local brick and mortar store, and as you guys know, I firmly support brick and mortar stores. I love local auto parts stores. They're usually very good resources, and I like keeping the local guys open. But let's just call it what it is. I couldn't believe how much they wanted for these things. And let's compare apples to apples. Okay, I have an upstream and a downstream oxygen sensor. This is part number 13200. This is my upstream O2 sensor, meaning that one goes just before the catalytic converter. And then I have this other one, which is my downstream O2 sensor, 13340, to compare apples to apples. Yeah, I had to write it on there so I wouldn't forget. Downstream, upstream, and check by the part number, because they look very similar, but apparently they're not. I don't know. Who knows? Depends who you ask. Anyhow, so I go to my local parts store, and they wanted $118. That's a $118 US for this one, and they wanted $106 for the Downstream one. That's a lot of money, right? Plus sales tax. Here in California, we're over 9% sales tax, which is just a butt raping every time I go to the store, so that bugs me. But that's neither here nor there. So I checked my favorite online store, which is... Yeah, I won't tell you who the guys are who I shop with online when I shop online. I don't want to give them a free plug. Well, maybe I will give them a free plug, but I won't mention any names on who I shop with online. You'll just have to figure it out yourself. But I digress. This part here, my upstream was like, oh man, I guess I should have looked the numbers up. This was like 63 bucks as opposed to 118, and this one was 54 as opposed to 100 and, but I say it was like 108 or something. So basically, long the short of it is, I was able to buy this one, I was able to buy this one, I was able to next day air it to the house here, and they offered, because I buy stuff with them, they offered a 5% off coupon, which basically covered for the shipping upgrade. I got it here within a couple days, or within the next business day basically, because I ordered it in the morning. They got it out that day. I had it here today, which is the next day, and I did it all for less than I could have bought the cheaper O2 sensor just by itself at my local store. So how do I go wrong? And this way I replace both, because likely it's the upstream one that's gone bad, but you know what, I might as well just change them both. I have been noticing this truck has been getting progressively worse gas mileage, and I blamed it on the blends, the gas blends, which I'm sure is partly due to the fact of California. 6-volt battery for the 46 Dodge. I brought it home to top the fluids off and charge it, get that ready for the spring. Anyway, but I digress. Let's go underneath and take a look and see what I got to deal with. There's the downstream sensor there behind this heat shield, and then the upstream sensor is right here. 2 bolts. I'm going to throw a little penetrating oil on these things. Oops, that's probably too close. Little penetrating oil on these threads. Pull these bad girls out. Swap them out and see if I can get that engine light to shut off. Likely that's the only thing that's going on here. But I don't have a tripod today, and I'm not going to torment you guys with shaky videos. So I'll just get clips as I progress. Progress or progress? I think it's progress. What? Potatoes. Potatoes. Tomatoes. Tomatoes. Let's call the whole thing off. Doo doo doo. And it's chilly. Suburban. It's chilly ass chilly here today. Yeah, I'm back at the city house, which is obvious. And it's friggin' 39 degrees outside today, and the freaking wind is blowing. Good golly, Miss Molly, it's chilly. We don't get snow down here because I'm pretty much at sea level. But you can probably hear the wind blowing. Look at the plants shaking. We got a nice icy Arctic breeze blowing through here, and it's gonna make fun crawling around on this concrete. Hold on, I'll be right back. Alrighty then. I'm gonna check the timestamp on this. It's really not that long of a time later. They actually weren't that bad, surprisingly enough. No exhaust leaks, which are nice. The threads weren't too rusty, so the nuts came off relatively easy. The nuts were a little screwed up. I imagine next time I have to do an O2 sensor on this, so I'm going to buy some new nuts, or at least I'll know to buy new nuts. But I don't want to deal with that now. So they went back on, the old ones with new gaskets. They're fine. Yeah! Let me show you how to clear the code, and we'll get this baby fired up. So there's the one sensor. You can see the new gasket. It's behind this heat shield. Got to tuck that wire up. There's a clip up there. Just wanted to make sure everything worked. There's one. Catalytic. And then the upstream one is right there. They were a little bit of a pain in the ass to get to. I guess it would have been easier if I had dropped the exhaust, but that's alright. I didn't have gaskets for these guys, and I guarantee if I tried to unbolt these flanges, I would have exhaust leaks. So we left them be, squirted them with a little penetrating oil, cleaned up the threads with the wire brush, and everything changed out nicely. So let me show you how to clear the codes. So there are a couple of ways you can clear the codes out of the computer. The more barbaric way is to pull the battery terminal, let everything drain down for 30 seconds to a minute, power-wise, hook the battery terminal back up, and the computer will be cleared. The bad part about that is then you lose your clock and your presets and your radio and all that kind of stuff. But the way the book tells you is you come here to this fuse panel cover. On the right fender well, you have a 15 amp EFI fuse cover. Do that without breaking it. There's your 15 amp fuse with the ignition off. Hold on, I have to do this without gloves, so that's better. With the ignition off, pull the fuse for what they say 30 seconds. TikTok, 1001, 1020. Okay, 30 seconds. Oh, we're gonna sit there and let you watch an empty fuse socket for 30 seconds. Take our little 15 amp fusicle, push the baby back in, put the cover back on. Let's go start this thing up. All right, let's hop on in. Whoa. And guys, I'm not reinventing the wheel here. I'm not saying that I'm the only guy out here on YouTube that's done a video. Oh, let me shut the door. Oh, hey, that'd be the horn. Ah, good golly, I should have edited this better. I'm not saying I'm the only guy out there on YouTube that has showed you how to clear codes or to change an O2 sensor or any of that crap, but I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. Check engine light is on. Let's, where are we? There we are. That's better. Check engine light's on, let's fire this up, make sure this sucker goes off. And contact! Woot, 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 woot. Maybe now I can get some good gas mileage. Holy crap. I may have mentioned it earlier in this video, but the friggin' gas mileage is considerably less with bad O2 sensors. Luckily it was only a few days I rolled around with that light on. There you go, it's fixed. I'm gonna take it on the freeway and run it for a bit, clear out any raw fuel out of the catalytic converter. I don't think there is any in there, but I do want to clean it up. Well, I'm dusty. Gotta clean my car. But yay, the light's off. Yay. That should make it run a ton better. Guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Like I said, there's probably 1,000 videos on how to check codes with a paperclip and how to do O2 sensors, but I just thought I'd pop that up there, let you know what I'm up to. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Alright, thanks for watching. See ya!